Hello everyone, Coach Graber here. This video is review for linear equations. So starting with creating a linear equation that passes through 2 points. This first question. We're going to start by marking down the x and y values of these 2 points. So this point here would be 1, 5. And this one here is negative 5, 1. So slope, or the linear equation is in the format y is equal to mx plus b. So we defined our slope and our y-intercept. So slope is, of course, the y minus y. So slope is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So for this case here, we have y2 would be 5 minus 1 over x minus x is 1 minus negative 5. Five minus 1 is 4. And 1 minus a negative 5 is 6. 4 over 6 simplifies if I divide both these by 2 into 2/3. You can also count that by just drawing out my rise and run. So if I draw a rectangle, or triangle, excuse me, and count out my rise, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So get the same thing that way. Okay, so that's the slope. So our equation is now y is equal to 2/3, or 4/6 is fine too. 2/3 x plus b. And we have to find the y-intercept, or the starting point, which is the b. So one way we can do this is by taking one of these points, plugging it in for x and y, and then algebraically finding b. So I'm going to plug this point in for x and y. So 1, 5. Plug the 1 in for x, and the 5 in for the y. It gives us 5 is equal to 2/3 times 1 plus b. So I need to multiply 2/3 times 1 next. I'll use Desmos to help me out with that. So if I type in 2/3 times 1, and then I press this in here, it's turn it into a fraction. So 2/3 times 1, of course, is just 2/3. So 2/3 times 1 is 2/3. So 2/3 plus b is equal to 5. Then to find b, we have to subtract 2/3 from both sides. running out of space here. Hang on. Let me erase that. So we subtract 2/3 from both sides. Let me write this down here really quick. Jump back to decimals to do that calculation. 5 minus 2/3 into a fraction again, and we have 13/3. So B is 13/3. And the final equation is y is equal to 2/3 x plus 13/3. Make sure you do this in fraction form, not in decimal form, or Alex will mark it incorrect. Okay, if you have any questions with that, as always, please let me know. Send me an email or a Google Hangout message. The other type of problem that we'll be doing here is the parallel perpendicular lines. Like number 2 here. So it gives us the equation of the original line and asks us to find the equation of the perpendicular line that passes through this point and the parallel line that passes through the same point. So for this original line, the slope is -5. So let's start with the parallel first. I know that's B, but the parallel is easier. Parallel line has the same slope. So we keep the same slope and put in a new y-intercept because it will cross the y-axis at a different point. So we put in B, and then same math we just did. We plug in this point for x and y. So we'll put the 5 in place of the y, and the -6 in place of the x. And then we need to find B. Multiply -5 times -6, which is 30. So 5 is equal to 30 plus B. Subtract 30 from both sides. And B is -25. So this equation is then y is equal to -5 x minus 25. That's the parallel line. Now for the perpendicular one. The slope is -5. For perpendicular slope, you find the negative reciprocal. So if the slope is -5, you can write that as -5/1. Negative reciprocal means we flip the fraction around and change the sign. So it'd be +1/5. So the equation is y is equal to 1/5 x plus b. We have a new y-intercept. And just like we've been doing, we take this point and plug it in for x and y, which gives us the equation 5 for y is equal to 1/5 times -6 plus b. So I'll multiply 1/5 times -6. So 1/5 times, oops, 6. Try to do fraction, -6/5. So 5 is equal to -6/5 plus b. We add 6/5 to get b by itself. So 5 plus 6/5 is 31/5. Which means the final answer for part A is y is equal to 1/5 x plus 31/5. All right, I'm going to check my work here. So I'm going to plug in the original line. So y is equal to -5x 6. The original line. I can plug in my parallel line. Y is equal to -5x minus 25. And my perpendicular line, 1/5 x plus 31/5. 5th x plus 31/5. And I'll type in the point -6/5. I can see that the blue line is perpendicular to the black line, the red line is parallel to the black line, and they both pass through this point, -6/5. So I know I did my work correctly. All right, that should do it for today. If you have any questions, as always, send me an email or a Google Hangout message. Have a great day. Hope you are all doing well.